hunt hungry.
Hey guys, I didn't jump onto a podcast last week. Had a cancellation kind of last minute. Just stuff just gets crazy. So I didn't want to rush one out or anything. This week, a little different. I wanted to do kind of a short little podcast feel about something kind of local here, but I think could probably use more national attention. So we'll get into that in a little bit. The question of the day to start off is, do you hunt around bears? Black bears, grizzly bears, brown bears, whatever, any kind of bear. Do you have bears in your area where you hunt, where you're out walking at night, morning, at night, and dealing with bears? So are they in your area? Leave a comment. Let me know down below. Appreciate you watching. Before we get into this too much, let's pay some bills. Thank you to the guys on Patreon. We launched a new sticker, which I thought I had one here, but I don't have it. But we launched a new sticker. Already sent that to the members of the Patreon, so they're going to get one free just right out of the gate. So appreciate you guys on the Patreon. Thank you to the active members. So we got a lot of active, by active members, I mean you like, comment, share the YouTube videos of all kinds. And there's a analytic I get on that tells me these people are your most active members. So I try to check that every week. I try to include that in videos. I appreciate you guys that are commenting on that. That stuff means a lot. Check out Spotify and Apple. The podcast, this podcast will be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow those so that you'll get notified when a new podcast comes out. I appreciate you guys that are already doing that and already watching that. Hunt Hungry YouTube. So this one will probably, this is a busy time of year, we'll probably go out first to the Hunt Hungry podcast YouTube channel, which is very small. It only has like 30 members. It really needs to grow a bunch. So we need people going over there and jumping on and subscribing onto that so that things get viewed and get traction. I'll probably put it on the Triple R Woods channel just when I have some free time or a video that doesn't do very good, throw it out there because it doesn't hurt anything at that point. So just keep that in mind. Go check that out. I've linked it down below. There's probably a link in the corner somewhere that you can click as well. That'll take you straight to the Hunt Hungry podcast. Appreciate you guys. Also, Rambo Bike. Go check out Rambo Bikes. I know a lot of people go, I can't afford a Rambo bike. I'm going to buy one of these cheaper ones. But honestly, you can use that Triple R Woods discount code at checkout. Save yourself 20% on some already cheap or discounted bikes. And you can get a really good name brand bike at a much more affordable cost than you think. Things have issues over, all technology will have some problems, especially if you're rough on it and you use things like I do, where you're riding rough, you're hauling deer in and out. Deer hunting's a rough thing. So you want some good customer service that you can call or email and they'll take care of your problems. No questions asked. So check out Rambo Bikes, use Triple R Woods at checkout. All right. So first things first, the kind of what's taken over social media by storm's the Charlie Kirk deal, which I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on it because I think it's all over social media. And I think hunting and outdoor content is a way of getting away from all of the fighting and politics and things like that. So, it is very sad. I pray for his family. There's no reason for that. The scariest thing to me, and you leave a comment, let me know what you think, is that there's people out there, grown adults, that are celebrating this. I think just like him on a lot of things. So it makes you go like, man, do they want me dead? Would they kill me? Would they celebrate if I was dead? That's a scary thought. Half the country, I think, somewhat agrees with what he says and thinks. I mean, that's why Trump got elected. That's why the kids are motivated like they are. So just something to think about it. If you think about that, if you thought about that, these people, watch the people around you, guard your family, guard your house and your close circle. Because it's scary to think that there are people out there with good jobs, college degrees, seemingly normal families who are celebrating a dad, a husband, son being murdered. It's a scary time in America. So pray for the country, pray for everybody involved, his family, his kids, but definitely pray for the country. So anyway, moving on. So here in Arkansas, we had a bear attack. Now, this is a crazy story. I'm going to try to share the screen here. So first thing, this is out of Little Rock. It's actually kind of northwest Arkansas in an area called Mulberry Mountain. So if you've been to Shot 3D in Arkansas, it's at Mulberry Mountain. Like, this event was where this happened. So if you participated in Shot 3D, you were in the area of this event. So it's kind of a scary deal. So a family in Franklin County on September 8th, his condition has worsened. He's being moved to hospice care. So this was a 72-year-old man who was attacked by a black bear. The first time, I think, since 1892, they said, on September 3rd. Attacked on September 3rd. He was working on a gravel road with his tractor. One report I saw said the bear attacked him on the tractor, which is crazy to think of how loud a tractor might be. And then a bear would attack you while you're on the tractor working and knock you off and attack you. So the bear was described as a small bear. So I've seen one report that said like 70 pounds, which is smaller than my dog. So extremely small. I mean, obviously bears are super strong, but extremely small bear to be attacking people, which is a crazy thing to think about, if you ask me. Tested negative for rabies and distemper. Also, again, like you would think it had rabies. It doesn't. It was just a bear being a bear, apparently, which is scary. So that's one thing. The other one here said the man's not expected to survive. He's been moved to hospice care. 72-year-old Ozark man was attacked on September 3rd. First bear attack since 1892. First fatal attack, I guess, since 1892, which is absolutely crazy. Working on land with his family. Apparently, the son heard about it or came to check on him or whatever and saw the bear attacking the man and had to kind of fight the bear as well. I hadn't seen like the details on that. I just kind of heard about it. But you see Patton was on a small tractor laying gravel for a mountain biking trail when he was attacked by a male black bear weighing 70 pounds. His son was out working with him. He went to go check on him. When he walked up, his dad was out of the tractor on his back, covering his face. The bear was on top of him. Horrible scenario to be in. Daniel said he heard there was blood on the tractor, indicating the bear got up onto the tractor to attack Patton. It is really odd, said Daniel. Typically, bears try to avoid human contact. This one obviously didn't do that. So I don't know if I had any contact with humans before, didn't have any negative experiences or what. Still don't know what happened at this point. We're still gathering all the details. Daniel said they were waiting on Patton to recover so they could find out him. It doesn't look like he's going to recover at this point. 2 miles north of Cass, Franklin County, again, Mulberry Mountain area. He's had surgery, but apparently he's being put in comfort care, hospice care, because he's not expected to survive. They're looking for a lot of things still, but the first thing you think is rabies, and it didn't have rabies. So the crazy part is they call game wardens after this. It's all crazy, but a real crazy part is the bear attacks the 72-year-old man on a tractor, which is crazy in itself. The son, I guess, runs it off, fights it off. I don't know. But from the report I've seen, I don't think it's in this article. It runs like 50 yards and just waits. It doesn't run off and like gone. So when the game wardens show up after this, the ambulance, game wardens, all that stuff shows up, the bear keeps coming back. Like it doesn't leave. It wants to come in and fight some more. And the game wardens had to shoot it, which is just crazy to think about. I mean, this bear, super aggressive, just super aggressive. You can see if you read on there, there's a lot more, mountain home, half-starved black bear. So, is the bear getting hungry? I don't know. I did hear, switch this back. All right, so I did hear from one article or one thing I heard from, I think it was a Game of Fish, that said most of these scenarios happen when a bear has been eating like human food. It's been domesticated a little bit, so it's like eating out of a dumpster, and then people, are around that dumpster and they assume it's getting their food. It doesn't understand the relationship. I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard that kind of secondhand, that the Game of Fish had said that's normally how it goes when black bears attack people. So it makes me worry a little bit. And I don't know if that was a scenario in this Mulberry Mountain incident, but I feed corn around bears all the time. We're full of bears, big bears, lots of bears, all everywhere, especially this time of year. So, is that corn feeder? Do they view it that way? That's what scares me a little bit. If you've got a corn feeder that's putting corn out and you're hunting around it, and they know you're hunting there, they can smell you. Do they think, oh, that thing is trying to get my food because it's gotten a little domesticated or gotten a little used to eating off that corn feeder over and over and over? That's a little worrisome for me, and I don't know that that's ever happened. That might just be me kind of, thinking or overthinking this, but it is something to think about now when you're in the woods, walking to your spot, early season, in the mountains, black bears around, and you're going to a corn feeder that a bear's been eating a bunch at, or a pile of rice bran or something where a bear's been eating a bunch. So I don't know. It's something to think about. And if you are in that scenario, you're going to start carrying some kind of protection. Most people say bear spray would work better than a gun. Problem I worry about a little bit is, are deer going to smell bear spray? Are they going to smell where that nozzle is? Can they smell that little bit and go, I ain't going in there. There's bear spray in there, or something that stinks, really bad, or stings the nostrils really bad. So I'm hesitant on bear spray. A pistol would be my next obvious option. Just heavy. I don't want to have to carry a heavy pistol. And if you don't want a 22, I don't want a 45 weighing me down, or a Judge, with a 410 or something. Obviously, those would be the best protection from a black bear. But man, they're heavy, and just already carrying a lot of junk out there. So I don't know. My thoughts right now are my marsupial bino case with my rangefinder has a holster underneath it, down underneath the bino case. I'm gonna probably put a Glock in there and just have something. If nothing else, maybe the noise would run them off. It's kind of it's a 9mm, so kind of in between the 22 and a 40-45. Not a great for either, but I think you got to do something, and that's my best option, I think. So what would you do if you're hunting in an area with it's very rare. Odds are it'll never happen in the next 50 years, right? So this is a very rare thing. But if you're seeing a lot of bears, big bears, aggressive bears potentially, I have pictures of bears fighting. I'll try to include them in the video around food. So, and then I'm walking into that food at dark in the night, being quiet, scent free, and then you just pop up on a bear. I like to have something in my favor other than a bow. So just something to think about. Leave a comment. Tell me what you would do, how you would approach that. Would you carry a knife? I mean, potentially just a good knife would be a good option. I would hate to get in a knife fight with a bear. I think you'd probably lose, but maybe you get enough to not get killed, but you're going to get hurt pretty bad. So, I wouldn't want that either. So just some things to think about, some scenarios that are going on right now that are makes you question some things. So that's my plan. Let me know what you would do. Have you ever had any issues? Have you had run-in with bears in the woods? I haven't. We got a ton of them, but they always leave right around hunting season. So most of the time we don't have them during deer season, but they're thick May, June, July, August, and even into early September. So I'll try to include some pictures on this as well, overlaying, so you can kind of see what we're talking about as far as bears go. But yeah, so very rare, but it did happen. And a man's going to lose his life over it. So very sad deal, horrible deal. What would you do if you're hunting in that area now? And a lot of people do. A lot of people hunt in that area, and there's at least one bear that was very aggressive, and you would assume he's not the only one. So just some crazy things going on, crazy things to think about. It's crazy time. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, share the video. Check out the Patreon. Check out the podcast channels. Rambo Bikes. Appreciate everything. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, pray for our country. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Be on alert, and protect your family. So appreciate you guys. Have a good one.